Now, with that in mind, I know how I am wasting time if I'm uh, doing entertaining myself. I know how I'm wasting time entertaining myself, but I also know how I'm wasting time investing my time, like investing wrong my time. So in crafting is if I go blind on the thing. For learning, it's more complicated for the reasons that I just said. But even though you don't know what is important, you need to stick to something. So, if you are trying to learn 5 different things at the same time, you are wasting your time. If you are trying to learn one thing, like let's say HTML, but inside of HTML, instead of following a path where you go from thing to thing, you are searching random things and learning random stuff and learning five things inside of HTML at once without any connection to each other. You are wasting your time. So the meter for wasting time on learning, it's basically learn efficiently. Even though it's hard on the upfront at the start, you are probably gonna waste a lot of time on learning because you still doesn't get stuff. So you will like break your head around stuff for longer. But when you learn how to learn things efficiently, you stop wasting your time, and that's the goal of learning. I want to learn this and only this, and I'm gonna learn. This is the first thing I'm gonna learn. If this connects me to that, I'm gonna learn this, and after I learn this, I'm gonna learn that. Right? That's the path. And that thing will connect you to a bunch of things, and out of that bunch of things, you are going to choose the thing that connects the most, makes more sense for you, and you are going to learn that thing. So you are kind of like following this path, and every time you learn something, like a point, and the point connects to another thing, but that thing connects to 3 other things, and then each point connects to more things, so you have like this massive web of things that are connecting each other, and you choose a path. Basically, that's it. If you try to, you will learn one, and that one will connect you to 5, and you try to learn all 5 at the same time, or you choose one here, and then one here, and that will unlock 3 more, and you learn one there, and one here. That's wasting time on learning. But if you learn one thing, unlock 5, choose one, learn, unlock 3, choose one, learn. If that one connects to one that is always already connected by another one, and you want to learn that, for example, you have one point here, one here, and one up there. This connects to this and to this. This connects to that, and that connects to this. So you want to learn that? Go ahead. You are still following the path, right? The rule would be don't jump around from thing to thing while learning, right? All right. So we covered entertainment. We covered entertainment. We covered tasks. Oh, sorry. We covered entertainment. We covered learning, and we covered crafting. Crafting and learning go very well together. So if you take the meters of crafting and learning, like if you are just learning and not crafting, you will know stuff from learning. You will get better at how to learn stuff, and when you are going to craft something and you need to learn something inside of the crafting, you are gonna progress faster because you have a better level at progressing. So it's basically, if you have, depending on the amount of levels that you have on crafting, will make easier to level up on learning. And if you have more level on learning, will buff you to gain more XP on crafting. So like they buff each other, so you progress faster, right? The last one of the investing time for now, it's tasks. Tasks is at the edge of investing time, because you are not exactly investing your time, but it's like when you buy something that's gonna be useful. Like you are not investing your money on that. You are buying something that's gonna be useful. Like you can clean your house with the thing, right? But you can also buy a vacuum, and the vacuum is not an investment, but it's a thing that's gonna be used for you. So tasks are kind of the same. So if you see that one place is dirty or something happened, and like now the place is dirty, or one thing is dirty, right? Or one thing is broken, or you can use so one thing is broken or dirty. You are not investing your time by cleaning it. You are not investing your time by fixing the thing. But this is gonna be useful in the future. So you are not wasting your time by doing that. And for crafting, for tasks are basically something that you don't do on your routine. So it's basically things that you kinda need to do, you want to do, but you kinda need to do also. So they are like side quests of your schedule, right? I think that's the best way to look at it. Tasks are side quests of your schedule. I think that's a better way to look at it. You probably have one better already, but I'm gonna stick to that one, right? Side quests of schedule, right? How do you know if you are wasting your time on that? Well, it's simple. Is the task you are doing pointless? If the answer is yes, then you are wasting time. If the answer is no, then depends. So if it's pointless, it's kind of obvious. It's pointless. What you are doing is pointless. So why do? Like, if not for entertainment, why do? If you are doing a task that is pointless, you could say you are doing that for entertainment, right? So doesn't make sense to put that as a task and not entertainment. So that's wasting time. If you are doing something that is not pointless, which is most of the case, most of the times you are doing something that's meaningful, then if you are doing something meaningful, you need to think how long it's gonna take to do this. Do I have enough knowledge to do this? And the time goes with knowledge. So do I have enough knowledge to do this? No. How long will it take for me to get enough knowledge to do this, right? That's the thing. How long will it take me to do the thing itself? You have to put this into account. And even though now it's meaningful, you need a hierarchy of what is meaningful. So you have a hierarchy, and at the bottom you have like meaningless things that are on the bottom. They are not in the hierarchy, but they are like the hierarchy is above the meaningless things, right? But they are separate. So at the bottom you have less priority meaningful things, or less meaningful, but they have less priority in the hierarchy. And at the top you have the most important thing out of the meaningful tasks you can do. So if you see that things are out of place, but it's not on your route schedule, to put them in place. So that's a task, right? By putting the things that are out of place in place, is it meaningful? Yes, it is. Is it gonna benefit you in the future? Yes, it is. How long is gonna take? Probably not too long. Is it gonna help you in the future? Probably. Because if I'm searching for the thing in the future, it would be better if it is in place than out of place. Right? So you have to account for multiple things, and not by sitting and analyzing, but by a 10 seconds decision. Like, you see the thing, while you're doing something, you have to think fast. Is it important? Is it important? Is worthwhile doing? How long will it take for you to do it? And then you remember that thing, and then you write down on paper, and then you make the hierarchy. So you see the thing, 10 seconds for you to decide if it's worthwhile or not. Is it worth doing or not? 10 seconds max, and then going down, but 10 seconds max. Then, if you remember that, by the end of the day, when you are doing your next day schedule, you put that as a task. And if you have more tasks, you can use a hierarchy to see which ones are most important and which ones have less priority. So you can do the higher priority first and the less important less, right? And you can choose which ones you want to do which day, or which ones will just sit there for a month before you do it, based on the hierarchy, right? So that's basically it. But you can also waste time by doing meaningful things. And like, if you are doing a meaningless thing as tasks, you are wasting time 100%. But now, if you are doing a meaningful thing that is in the hierarchy, which means it's something you should do, like you should do, right? You want to do that and you should do that. So that's the difference, basically, right there. Like, there's a line in the hierarchy where everything that is in the hierarchy you want to do. It's you that is saying, I want to do this. You are putting stuff there. So what is the line? The line is should, need. So things that are above of the line are things that you need to do or should do. So they are the most important. They are almost as important as your schedule. So they are the highest priority. You should be doing that. Alright? So if you are doing that, you are not wasting time. You should be doing that. Now under the line, you have types of stuff. Like, if someone asks you to do something and it's not in your schedule to do it, like, because if it isn't on your schedule, you are gonna do it anyway. But someone asks you to do something that is not on your schedule, you are gonna do it on your free time. So you put on the tasks. If someone asks, it's probably gonna go above the line, so we don't need to worry about that, unless it's something that is like not a priority at all. The person doesn't set a date and will take a long time, which you could be doing things that are there. So unless the thing matches these exceptions, it's not important. The person that didn't set a date will take too long. It goes below the line. If not, goes above, right? At the bottom of above, because you cannot put first because you have to set the first, right? So below the line, you would probably have a range of things where on touching the line is like things that you should do but that are not as important as the things that are above the line. So still kinda a should, but it's not as important. And down is like things that will take a long time to do, things that can be paused, so you can do this, you can stop, take your time, do other things, then come back, keep doing, because they are gonna take a long time. So for example, cleaning something, like you cannot pause that, you cannot clean half of the thing and get out and then come back and clean the other half, like one day later and clean the other half. No, if you're gonna clean something, you have to clean the entire thing. But like organizing something, oh, I'm gonna organize this, I'm gonna everything that is here, I'm gonna put there, and then I'm gonna clean the place. Alright, so how long will it take you first? And that's the thing that is like crafting, you need planning. So if you're gonna plan, if you don't plan something before doing, you are already wasting time. That's for crafting, learning, and tasks, for everything. If you are for investing your time, basically, if you are not planning before you do the thing, you are wasting time. Right now, so you plan. Okay, I have this pile of stuff that I want to take from here to there. That's a task. Is it meaningful? Not so much. It is, but it's not so much. Unless you have a date to do that, unless it's high priority for you at the moment, that's not very meaningful. Very important. It's meaningful, but not very important. So, less priority, right? So you plan. I'm gonna take all this stuff, put there. You make the planning. How long it's gonna take? Okay, if I do this, if I do everything in one day, it can take 5 hours to pick everything up, put there, organized, and then clean the place. Alright, so it's too long. If I have 3 hours of spare time, it's gonna take all my spare time to do. If I have 5 hours of spare time, it will take all my spare time to do that. So you break it up. So okay, this can be breaked up. First, I will need to clean the other place where the things are growing. So I clean that, right? And the next day, it will probably take 30 minutes to do that. I clean that, alright. The next day, I can start bringing stuff in and organizing them for more 30 minutes. And then I stop. And the next day, I keep doing. So it doesn't take, it's gonna take the same amount of hours to finish the task, but because it's not higher priority and is a long task, it's not gonna use as much space for main tasks, right? For the tasks that matter the most, right? So that's basically it. It's planning. It's having a hierarchy of tasks. It's thinking if the task is worth doing, which ones are worth more in the hierarchy. Dates, times, until where, like how long do I need to do this? Until which day I need to do this? Another thing, like, and now we go for that finishes tasks. So we covered entertainment, we covered tasks right now, and we cover crafting and learning that go well together. So the next one will be wasting time itself. So wasting time, it's everything that we already defined, right? So I don't have to go back on that, but it's everything that we already defined as wasting time, and doing stuff when you should be doing your schedule. So okay, I have things scheduled to do now, I didn't finish them, and I'm learning something or crafting something. I'm wasting time. I'm not doing the things in the right order, because everything is a hierarchy. So at the top of your hierarchy you have your schedule, and then you have your priority tasks, and then you have your middle priority tasks that go together with learning and crafting, and then you have your last priority tasks, and then you have meaningless things at the very bottom of the hierarchy. So your life and what you should do and what you are doing and what you want to do is a big hierarchy with a lot of hierarchies inside, right? So yeah, so wasting time is is doing the things in the wrong order in this huge hierarchy with all the hierarchies inside. If you are doing stuff in the wrong order, you are wasting time. That's basically it. And that goes for the hierarchies inside. So if inside the hierarchy of tasks you are doing a less priority task, instead of when you have when you have something that is priority max and you are doing the other, you are wasting time too, right? The only case where doing less meaningful things when you have more important things to be doing doesn't count as wasting time is where the task or whatever it is put on hold. So for example, training for the exam, I can only do that after my dad comes back from work. So it is a task, it is on my schedule, I'm gonna do that. But even though if I have nothing else to do, I cannot do that until my dad comes back from work. So yes, I can do less important stuff in between, investing my time, for example, right? If I have to move stuff around, but I discover that there is a hole in the ceiling and the water is dripping when it rains and it's gonna wet everything and damage the stuff that I put there. So okay, I had this task of moving stuff around, but now I discovered this hole, so I created another task that is fixing the hole, and the hole is above, fixing the hole is above moving the stuff. But inside the moving stuff, I have cleaning the place first. So you see that one task becomes a hierarchy. So to move the stuff, I need first to clean the place where they are going. But I discover a hole. So the hole is higher priority than cleaning. But because I don't have the materials or the knowledge to fix the hole, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean, because I don't have the requirements. I don't meet the requirements to do that task. So I'm gonna do one below, and that's not wasting time. Wasting time would be try to do that without meeting the requirements. So if you don't jump, if you don't skip one task of the hierarchy, when you are not able to do that, when you don't meet the requirements, you are wasting time. And that's it. That's basically it. wasting time in a nutshell. So that's a lot to cover, and I think I'm gonna probably take this video and make drawings of it, because I do think stuff that I said is really complicated to understand by just listening. So I think I'm gonna do drawings and put this as an maybe video with drawings, or just recording with drawings. But anyway, the clock is ticking and I have to go, because I have to go to the driving school. See ya.